Okay, I'm guessing that this works now. How can I do this on my? I do this on my phone. Can I check here? Let's see. Live. Upcoming. What? Is it like it's just not working? Oh, it is. Is it like it's just not working? Need to charge my phone. Oh. Yeah, I'll just minimize this thing and. Oh, this should be. Oops. Okay, so it seems like it works. That's how much volume do I currently have here? That's me. Okay. Okay, so it seems like it works. That's how much volume do I currently have here? That's me. Okay. That's fine. Okay, so it seems like it works. So I'm just gonna mute this thing now. Alrighty. What is this? There you go. So I'm back at streaming now, and yeah, this is gonna be a very improvised one, as all of the ones that I have. And I changed the name of the project again. I mean, the only thing that sticks really is the oceloti name, which is for the name I'm using for the library for Canvas stuff. But a lot has happened since my last stream. Yeah, I mean, so after jumping on all that CRDT stuff on like storage things, I just got like really tired of that. And I actually have a perfect meme for the way that I feel. Which is exactly like this. I essentially went, and we can actually showcase this right now. Oh, what did I do? We can actually showcase that real quick. So As you can see now, we have this canvas thing here, and yeah, I mean this is exactly the way that I was feeling. So essentially what I did is I threw away everything that I had done with Svelte. I mean, I still have the code and everything, and it's not even the same repo. Now the repo is a different one. It's this public one, oceloti.js, and I don't even know where to start, to be honest. Like, I just made a mess essentially here in the stream and everything. Oh, ¿qué onda? ¿Qué pedo? Everything looks fine. Nice. It's the first time that I actually see someone on time on the chat. So yeah, as I was saying, my previous goal was to create essentially a digital garden maker for arena users, and this is probably the last version that was working. I'm gonna set the light theme, and yeah, I mean it was working really nicely. You know, we had stuff that works. You know, we had this TV thing here, and this I'm actually still gonna do something similar. Like, it's gonna work the same way, in terms of like you can drag things around and, you know, personalize your space or whatever. It's still a web builder, but the thing is, like, this project here was looking more like an app or like a normal product type of thing, and I was struggling with figuring out how to store things, and that's why I jumped on that CRDT path. And I was also like thinking like, well, maybe it's not CRDT, maybe I'll look into IndexedDB storage. But then I was like, well, you know, I'm gonna have a lot of like versioning problems, like am I synced with the server or not, and just felt really tired. And so what I did is I set some time to just work on something else for a few days, and I created this little web generator tool based on Arena. So that website mirrors the contents of this channel here. It has a description, and like every channel turns into a page or a feed. I'm actually calling them timelines. So yeah, I mean, I made that on a weekend essentially, and I just wanted to get distracted with this little idea that I had, and I really liked it. And you know, I like the simplicity of it. It's all in vanilla HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Well, I think I'm using a few. No, yeah, it's everything is in vanilla. Actually, I can probably open that real quick. So yeah, like there's this server file that, you know, gets run every time you build on Vercel, and yeah, I mean, essentially just loads a bunch of templates, which can be easily, you know, extended. There is a, you know, you set up a few environment variables, your arena token, channel ID that you want to use. In my case, it's this one for the RAM online. And then if it's local, you set is Vercel to false. If it's on Vercel, well, you set it to true. Then you select the theme. You decide whether you want to show the theme toggle here. And there's a little clock here, and you can set the offset. Very simple stuff. And I really like the way that this works. Like if I want to do some local development, I just literally open up this file, right? Any of these files really, and there's not even a server serving the static files. Like it's just literally a file that you open with the browser. And yeah, I just like the simplicity of it a lot. I just really liked it. And you know, you can have like some post pages, etc., some website links. And it's just very easy. Like I can post, like it's essentially a mini blog. Anyways, the point is that I felt inspired, and well, when I went back to working on Tuna Garden, I was frustrated because it just felt like it was getting too complicated, and that it was becoming kind of like a pain to work on. To be honest, yeah, it just felt like a chore. And so, I don't remember exactly how it happened. I documented the whole thing. So, essentially, yeah, I mean, I was I was creating an arena channel for my Linux nodes. And then, you know, I was like, well, it would be cool to generate like a little wiki based on Arena. You know, and I already had this obscurity wiki website. This is also very complicated. It's a complex project. It's made with Obscure, which I made. And this is an Elder.js template essentially. And I mean, it's nice and all, but it's just too complicated to my current standards, in the sense that I want to have as little dependencies as I can and have things be as portable as they can be. And so yeah, I was thinking on those things, and then I kind of just came to this conclusion where, like, you know, like all of these storage formats and stuff, you know, something great about PDF files is that they are portable. You download them, you copy them, you can change them sometimes with specific software. And I thought, well, HTML is kind of like that. HTML is great format for storing this type of stuff, like the websites. And so I thought like, well, that's a solution, you know? Like, if I can fit everything into a single HTML file, like inline everything, so you have zero external dependencies. I mean, sure, you could have external dependencies if you want, but you know, like I wanted a single file that you can move across different platforms and spaces and, you know, users and whatever. And so I just started playing with it, and this was like the first prototype thing. And I was really happy with our results. I was like discovering things, you know. I was like, oh, well, you know, you have these constraints, and then you can do this and these and the other things. And like something that happened essentially was that I just removed the other controls that I had on Tuna Garden. So the way that Tuna Garden works is it's an infinite canvas, right? Like you can see right away, and that's cool and all. But to make a website an infinite canvas, there's some things that you have to deal with. So if I inspect here, as you'll see, I'm using transforms, CSS transforms to do to pan around and zoom in and zoom out, and the zoom feels great on everything. I mean, maybe not on this computer because the scroll wheel it's chunky. But yeah, I mean, it feels great on a MacBook trackpad and everything. And so yeah, I mean, this was the way that it worked. And now, like, yeah, dragging cards feels the same way, but the zoom is now native, and there's a reason why it's now native. Oh shit, I'm lost. And so the reason why I decided to make it native is because I found this Molly Exposed, I think it is, website. Oh, is it not like that? I think I just mentioned it here. Anyways, Molly Soda. Okay, there you go. And so it's this awesome website from this girl who essentially created a canvas. You know, like I'm like, dude, this is what I had envisioned. Like, this is what I want people to make. And it's great because it works on mobile. Like, wait. Whoa. This one. It works on mobile, and you have like these native controls. Like, I mean, here, like on desktop, the experience for panning around is not as good. But that's because there's no controls for that, right? But on mobile, what I realized is that controls were actually kind of good. And I'm like, well, these are native controls, and things are like, there's no JavaScript, and performance is great. Like, there's just a ton of content, right? And so I thought, this is really nice. I don't have to hijack, touch events and weird stuff like. And so when I was working on this, I realized that, I can tweak it just a little bit to make the controls a little better on desktop. And I'll just stick with the, with the native Zoom. I think that's not going to be a big issue. And the other issue was that, things are not infinite anymore. Like, you will probably always spawn here unless specified with a hash. And so, yeah, I mean, I started like noticing that there are these patterns. I noticed that there were like emerging patterns, or I was like discovering the nature of websites again, but this time in a 2D way. Now, like, well, a website is already kind of like a canvas, right? So anyways, so I started playing with this, and now I have like this whole new thing, and a whole new setup that, is designed to work very differently. So, a quick overview of the project here. I have, so Oceloti is, I don't know if I should call it a framework or a library or a template builder. Who gives a shit? It's a tool for making websites, right? And so yeah, I'm gonna give a quick overview of the folder structure here. So I'm gonna start with blueprints. And blueprints it's essentially the template. And so you configure your template as you would any website, right? You have your head, you have your body, and everything else. And you set the title as you would with any website. There's no like weird metadata that needs to be stored in JavaScript. No, it's just a website metadata. That's always. Then you can set an icon there. I have it here with a base64 encoded image so that it can live within it. I have a style tag with this oceloti modules attribute, and I have a build script. And this build script is very simple. It's actually not very optimized. Like, it just gets the job done. And what it does is it goes through each file in the blueprints, and it says like, okay, which modules are we gonna load, and then it just loads them in this specific order, because order matters. And so I just like start loading a bunch of modules, and modules are very simple. Like, first we have this CSS reset, simple. Then we have Oceloti, simple. It's just a bunch of like resets, I guess, to very, very simple. Then we have standard control. Now it gets a little complicated. We load the CSS file, but still nothing too complicated. And something to notice here is that I'm using vars here, and I'm using assets, which is, like, you might think like, what? Well, what I'm doing is there's down below here there's this style tag, and the reason why I'm putting it below here is because it's just very lengthy. Like if I open one of the compiled ones, if I go to the bottom, like I mean this one is a I'm importing everything in the assets folder, so it's gonna be huge. Ideally, you don't want that. Yeah, it's like 1,500 almost lines. And so yeah, it's just a bunch of assets with encoded data that you can use from CSS. So that's pretty handy. Well, that's pretty handy because, well, yeah, I mean, then you can, do stuff like, hey, cursor bar, like, just get these assets, and that's it. You don't have to manage directories. You don't have to manage files. Like, it's just everything inside a single HTML file. And then, so if you go down here, yeah, we have modules. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. So after you load all of the CSS modules there, then I have some custom styles just for this page, and here I have this entrance thing, which is just this section, and this section is responsive. So if you open up this on mobile, you're gonna appear here, and it's gonna look like a normal website. Like you might pan around, and you're not gonna see a lot of things. Then you click on Start Exploring, and then it teleports you to, in this case, to the center. And then I have this little card thing here, and then you can continue exploring. So the entrance is going to be more like a regular website in the sense that it can be responsive, in the sense that you scroll down. Then we have the room contents, and so you have to add this like oceloti custom attributes all the time. Like I don't know, I just like to do that for some reason, and then I have these inline styles, to configure this. And the reason why it's inline styles is because it's easier to modify. Like for example, if I am here, and I have this background image, and I don't have a module that allows me to have a nice user experience to change the background, I can just, change this, and I can, say like, you know what, I want to use this one now, and you can change this. And so now you have this crazy looking thing. Now I can also, if I want to change like some of the other styles here, the CSS styles, I would have to update the, we would have to click on edit, oh, not this. I would have to click on edit as HTML, and then inside I would essentially look for where the style is that I'm looking for. I mean, you would ideally not be doing this, right? Like that's why you have the code project, and well, that looks shitty. Let's do something else. Let's make it red at least. Okay, yeah, that's a little not. Well, actually, the problem is, sorry, I'm getting really distracted here. But that's actually a good thing. Like, that's how you know it's a good thing. In my opinion, like, if you get distracted, that means that, it's kind of fun. So I'm going to remove this, and this. Okay. This, yeah, fuck this link. And so, yeah, I mean, you just modify that. And so as you notice, it's just way easier to modify inline styles within the inspector. And so, I mean, this is gonna be very funny there. And so then you can hit save, or you can just do Control Save, and then you can save as, or you can just like download it directly. And as you can see, I already had a copy there, and I can rename this to test, and then I can just open this up. And voila, like you have, like, what? You changed something? Like, what? This is Sublime first stuff, like right out of the box. So it's so that's really funny, right? And You know, something interesting is that you can do stuff like, let's open up the Suna garden. Yes, this is like where I upload a bunch of test stuff. And as you can see, I have, you know, a lot of tests here. Because the cool thing about having an HTML file is that you can just drag and drop wherever you want. And I mean, if that place happens to be a place where you can host static files, look at that. Now you have a website living on Arena. And you can have as many as you want. So would you look at that and you click on it, and then it's like, hey, you know, it works. Now you have a fucking website. And then you can add your Arena token and do a bunch of shit there if you want. You can install additional modules. You can do everything. I mean, it's the web, you know, it's free. You know, I mean, you even get this metadata here. Oh, wait, what? So it's yeah, it's like you get a lot of shit for free. And so yeah, my mind was blown. And so, well, having said all of these things, like now, the point of this stream was not only to just sync on things and like say why this other thing is, you know, way better than this thing here. Well, the point is, I just forgot the thing that I was gonna say. So the point here is that adding modules is actually very easy. Things are in vanilla. Things are not overly complicated. If you want to save state, you save it to HTML, right? And this gets me to the point where I am right now, which is I'm currently in the process of figuring out the system for managing rather cards that are at play or cards that are put away on your backpack. So here I have a little paper, and here I have another paper. And so the idea is that you can just right click on it and then to say put away, and then that would, you know, put it away in your backpack. You can also just trash it. So right now, that's what I want to figure out, because if you look at the blueprint here, you'll notice that, well, I have, let me minimize this. You'll notice that I just have this HTML thing, and that's great. That's how I want it to be. But how do we store our data that's not placed on the room? And that's important, because that's not necessarily gonna be HTML. Like a backpack can only be accessed via JavaScript, right? So that means that it shouldn't leave as HTML. And so yeah, how what's the transition between these two states, and like where is this stored? And yeah, and then how do I manage, like if this thing is interactive, like how do I handle that? Do I want to make it so that you interact with it directly? I think so, yeah. I think that's one of the cool things about the canvas. So where do you handle that state, you know? So yeah, so one of the things that I might actually just open up a let's minimize this. Let's open up recent, my good chalkboard here, and I have yeah, now I have my pen here. Oh shit, this thing is wet. Oh fuck. Just a few moments ago, well not moments, but like an hour or so ago, I accidentally dropped some tea. I didn't realize that it spilled all over something that I have here. Yeah, it's hard to explain. Well, like what it is. My setup is very strange. Like you have, man, this is still wet. Sorry. Yeah, I think that's a little better. And like my Wacom pad is wet essentially, and then the platform the wooden platform that I was using is also wet. I wonder if if it still works. Looks like yeah. Okay. What is it? So yeah, it's just a drawing. So let's create another layer. Yeah. And then we'll. Man, GIMP is actually very. Like it's not good. I'll just say it. It's just not a very nice experience. Okay, so. But I already have this set up and I played with this a lot the other day, so now I'll just, continue with this setup. There you go. Is this the one that I needed? Yeah. So. Anyway, so, yeah, we have, nice. Oh, this could also be a whiteboard experience, I could totally just use this. It's actually a nice experience. Anyways. So the point is, we have the inventory and then we have the card, right? And this card is going to have some JavaScript state, but it's represented, it's got a static state, right? So static state, the keyword kind of gets in the way. Okay, there you go. And so, okay, so there's a static state here, and then this static state is represented by HTML. But then there are going to be some elements of this card that, like say, what was a shortcut for this thing? Shift E and then P, okay, Shift E. Holy shit, man, this is, I forgot that it takes a while to get used to this. I actually had a different setup. Like I remember having some brushes. Where are my brushes? Yeah, I remember having some brushes. Where are they? Who knows where my brushes are? I got them brushes. So I might just be using. Is it here? Oh wait, no, how can I open up like different stuff? Tools, let's see. Toolbox. Paint tools. Pencil, paintbrush, Honestly, I might just open Sprite just because that's what I've been using lately. And now Oh fuck this shit. Let's make this something like this, and let's just. I can actually probably just copy like the bottom layer. Merge down. Let's see if that works. Yeah, this is just way fucking better. I believe there are layers as well here. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Okie dokie. Let's just fuck this shit. Let's close the preview. Or maybe not actually. Preview. Just make it a little smaller. And then we are going to, we're done, yeah. Nice. And we also have the zoom controls that we like. Okay, perfect. Yeah, this is just way better. I just like it more. Dynamics ink shading? What is this thing? Oh. Okay, that's good enough. That's good enough now. Okay, so we have the HTML representation, right? And then for the card. But then the card might have a button, you know, that does something. And so the question is like, how do you, like what do you do, right? You have this button there. You want, you know, this is going to trigger a JavaScript function. And this is going to be living in a module, right? What is this module? Like, where does the logic live? I mean, it's obvious where the state lives. Because what we see here, this is one state of the card. States are always, I mean, cards are always static. So cards are always static. That doesn't mean that they can't be interacted with, or that, you know, it couldn't be a video, but that's essentially what it means. And actually we can probably you know, use like a video here as a prototype. I need to learn the shortcuts. So B and then E. B and E. There was a way to, oh yeah, it was with like this. B. So, you know, we can have a video control here. No, not centered. I'm just gonna leave it like that. some stuff happening here. And then, so the module, like, where's that loaded, right? Like, am I gonna have a module that's, you know, like a video card? Do I have, I think what I want to do, because I actually already have a module called arena cards. And I think ideally is, you know, this is gonna have like a node. You know, it's gonna have a file. It's gonna have an image, etc. Right? And those are actually cards that I want anyways. So this might actually just, arena cards might actually just modify them, right? Or extend. And because those are essentially, you know, cards that I want to use here. By default, like without arena as well, right? So they are going to extend some, I guess I'm gonna say, basic cards, right? And then this is going to include paper, yeah, let's just, paper is too generic. I'm gonna say, you know, this includes a it's not a sticky note, right? Like it's just a note book paper, or just notebook maybe, who knows. And then you have an image. And those are the two basics right now, right? Then there's also gonna be like other stuff, you know, like a PDF. You'll want to browse a PDF. But right now I'm just gonna keep it very simple. And so basic cards, image, notebook, paper. And this is like, you know, if this is resizable, you know, the image, actually both of them are resizable. So they're gonna handle that state. So there's gonna be JavaScript code. So I'm gonna jump in the code real quick now. And I'm going to create a new file. And this is going to be called this is going to be called wait, I need a new folder first. Basic cards. And we're gonna have a notebook, and we're gonna have a photo print. Damage print, right? And so this is a notebook paper. Now, the reason why I have an inventor first. So there are multiple parts, right? There's the card manager, and the card manager is really, like, it doesn't really care about the contents of the card or their state, other than their elevated state, right? But there's, so this is like the card, like the general card state, like the interaction state, I guess, I don't know. But then there is the individual card state, regarding, like I said, this or the other, because this thing right now, so idle, maybe it is the same state actually. Idle is the idea is that it's just not moving, so this is more like movement state, really, whereas there's going to be internal UI state that is internal for each card. And it's kind of hard to wrap my head around this problem because I'm so used to components from Svelte and like just from web development in general nowadays. But here, that's not how it's going to be, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take I'm going to take this here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to store this here for now. And so what I'm going to do is now I'm going to just start with doing const, and then article, and then div, and we'll just get that from the plan tags. And so we're going to say paper, and we're just going to create an article. And we're going to have the internal wrapper, which is also going to have its own stuff. And then the actual contents, right? Contents. And this is gonna have the oceloti card. It's gonna be note paper, and then we're gonna have class. Then we're gonna have class paper. Well, that'll be changed later probably. Actually, we have this paper thing, and then we have this paper stuff. Yeah, that's better. I'm probably gonna leave it in styles here just because I want it to be like very changeable, like very, very hackable. So what I'll do is I'll just do something like this, and there's probably gonna be, this is probably gonna be something like this. Like it's probably gonna be reactive, right? So now I can do filter, and then I can do var. I think it was a card thickness. Thickness 1. And then I'll just proceed with the other stuff that I have here. And of course, that's hard coding those values there. Yet again, this is only a template. So let's do 0. Then we'll do 0. And we'll have some arbitrary width and height values. I don't think that it should be scrollable, to be honest. So it's actually gonna be min height. And then we have the padding, and then we have the background color, and that's fine. And then internally, then we have this thing here that I don't know if this is going to be reactive. And so then, yeah, we have this cool thing here. Now this asset, oh should probably live here actually. Um, I could probably just have like another like new file and then just call these assets. I guess we'll see how that evolves. You know, so that assets are relative to their modules, because the idea would be that you can just drag and drop a module folder there without like with very little setup, and then just like include them essentially. But for now I'm just gonna leave it like this. Background size, padding, rendering, that's it. We have that. And so now basic cards. I'm probably gonna have basic cards CSS. It's very likely that I do have basic cards. Basic cards. Oh. And then we can remove this now. So we have our paper card. And then we're also gonna remove this from the initial thing here. I'm going to leave it there actually. I just want the contents. Okay, well yeah, let's remove it. I also want the position. Yeah, this is probably not gonna work, but we'll see. So yeah, and I mean now we have our card, and now we do, you know, ban add. We're gonna need the room. And we'll probably need the hot as well, but for now we'll just I wonder if there's a like an inner HTML parameter or something. Inner HTML. Oh yeah, no, it makes sense that it's not, because that's not the idea here. You know, what I need to do, I'm just gonna like set this to be empty. I don't know why this background file is not working. What am I missing? Oh wait, no, it's probably because there's, yeah, exactly. Does that work? No. It's just because there's no content. I do want it to be. What am I missing? It's somehow I've been like doing web for years and years now, and there's just some stuff that I still like struggle with. Anyways. We can probably just do paper and then oh. Yeah. Still, something's wrong here. What am I missing? I need this to be always the same. I mean, but there's no point now. Like, now why do I have this thing here? Is my mouse laggy? What is going on? Yeah, the fuck is this? Is this like a real frame rate drop? Is this just my computer being stupid? Like, it doesn't happen when I don't have that. What? I have this bug again? Holy shit, I thought I fixed that. What? I have no idea where that bug comes from. In any case, I want that padding. And but I also want it to be easy to access that. So No, this doesn't work. Does this work? No. What if I change this to free? Oh yeah. That's not gonna work because it literally needs to be like this. And then we have a problem. Why the fuck is this happening? What the fuck? I didn't have this bug before. And when I do like a cache refresh, like it just gets fixed. That's one fucking weird bug. Holy shit, that's annoying. Yeah, no, that's not a good idea. It's gonna have to be like this. Well, I thought the flex thing was gonna work, to be honest. How's that grow? I'm so used to using Tailwind too. Flex, Am I stupid? Am I stupid or what? What if I want it to be the fucking min height like this? Holy shit, man. Why is it so laggy? Is it because I'm sharing the screen and there's like some weird bug? Is there a way to show the FPS here? Oh. How do I get that? Or maybe that's just in Chrome. Oh, now it's not. I think it has to do with the inspector. Yeah. Yeah, the inspector's probably. And that's probably because of my star selectors from the is scrolling. It's probably this. Yeah. Oh well. I have a way better idea. Way better. I'm just gonna do this. And then I'm going to set the padding to 4, 0, 4, and then I'm going to move this. And then I'll do this. And we're gonna have that, which we had before. Oh yeah, that of course. But then in the background there's a background position is going to be 8 pixels and 8 pixels. There you go. Perfect. That's it. That's it. Okay. That was kind of a detour there. I'm very sure that the problem is this, or maybe not. There's definitely a performance issue here that I need to fix. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a button. And the reason why I'm going to add a button is test, right? The reason why I'm going to do this is position, absolute, and then right 4 pixels, and then top 4 pixels. Maybe even a little bit more like 6, or maybe even on the bottom actually. And I have to make this a little less, like 300 or something. Yeah. Actually, something that I can do is I can say, paper test, and then I'll just do paper test. And I don't know if that's gonna oh yeah, it's not mounted by that point yet. So, hey there, try to do the test. Perfect. So now this card here, this card here, it's gonna have some options, right? So like let's, I wonder if there's like a Oh, well, not. I accidentally clicked on it, but I actually. Yeah, that actually doesn't look bad. Option. Object. Let's just go to objects. Uh, hmm. I'll just leave it like that for now. I don't know what this button does, but it looks kind of cool there. So we're gonna have that, and we are going to, you know, this can probably just create another paper. So we'll do that now. Oh no, I know what I need. I need the edit. Now usually the edit icon is a pencil. But here, I don't know if that's gonna be a good idea. Maybe it's a memo one. Let's use the pencil one. Just because the icon's a little never mind, it's just this. It's just a shitty. This website, I don't really like it, but I don't know which other website to use. Yeah, that'll have to do for now. Let's also just do something like spam. No, that doesn't look good. It does make it easier to read though. Ooh. Slightly easier to read. something happened. That's because this needs to be pointer events none. There you go. I think it's important to know to probably set this up now. Okay. So now this is gonna toggle the edit mode. I'm not happy with this icon, as you can tell. Doesn't fucking matter. And click. This needs to alter the state. So set attribute to oh shit, wait. State equals parent that get attribute oceloti inner state, and if state equals to read, then we are just going to say that attribute this, else we're just gonna set it to read, and then this is going to change obviously, and we are going to have some reactive state here, which I'll have to find somewhere. So const paper inner state, paper inner states, and then van states and so what we'll do is paper inner state actually it's a read, otherwise this, and otherwise oh yeah, what did I do wrong? Oh yeah, no, of course. How does this work? Is it the same way? I think so, yeah, that would make sense. Nothing happening. Why not? Paper inner state read. And then this button here has a non-click event. And then it takes the parent. It's not even fucking logging that shit. Why? If I change this to right. Yeah! Why is he on click? Prop not working. What the fuck? Button on click. There's nothing fancy. Button on click. Oh, gotcha. This is probably the problem. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm gonna create a const paper content. Paper content. How that works. That's something that I keep forgetting. Like playing with inner HTML changes, like it just restarts the events. Oh. So there's a reason why this is not working. I think that has to do with simple state. State. Gotcha. So it also needs to be a function. Or not. Mm-hmm. So I need to do this. Is what you're saying? Oh. That makes not a lot of sense. We said the attribute, paper state, we are returning this. Yeah, I mean I already tried to do this as well. Oh, well, why would it be? I feel like these streams are just like watching me struggle. Oh, now it doesn't work at all. Now it doesn't work at all. What the fuck? Okay, let's go back to this point in time. Okay, so I was doing something wrong, obviously. Okay, there you go. I probably mistyped something. There are plain text only. Oh, it looks like I'm gonna use this anyways. I think it's gotta be remove property. Or remove attribute, I guess it's gonna be. Oh shit. I also need a way. So we have card state, oceloti card state idle, and then I guess we'll have oceloti card state active. You know what? This is getting a little weird to read, so I'm just gonna manually set this thing. Okay, well first, this should, yeah, at least this should do this. Okay, nice. And now, initialize card state. So yeah, we're not gonna like do a bunch of weird stuff. We're just going to make it so that, you know, we're also going to check for, oh, look at that, ignore drag. Oh, I no longer use this code. So get attribute, and that's gonna be oceloti card state. If it is equals to, like, you can only drag if it's equals to idle, really. So like right now, that works fine. You click. Oh, now that doesn't work. Why not? If yeah, no. This is what matters. There you go. So if it is not equals to idle, then you cannot drag it. Now this doesn't fucking work. Oh, holy shit, man! That initialization code there, that's gonna be a fucking pain. Oh, I need to solve that. Yeah, cause like if you don't move it, that's cool, but now that one doesn't work anymore. It needs to be reinitialized. And so, you know, card drop, card lift. So, oh my god, this is gonna start to be messy. Oh no. Window, out event listener, card drop. Shit. What is this? Oh. Shit, yeah. Gah. Well, what that means is that I'll just have to reinitialize this. Which means that this cannot exist here. Which means that only to have an ID here or a separate button. Okay, let's I'll probably just remove this and no paper. I wonder if that actually, like, because it's declared outside, it somehow keeps the state. I really don't think that that's gonna be the case, but who knows? Okay, works. Yeah, no. Too good to be true, I guess. No, it's paper toggle. I don't know, listener, click. Yeah. Now that's gonna work. Oh, this works. No, it doesn't work. Probably because of the state. Probably because this thing here. Oh. Yeah. Probably the reference doesn't work anymore, so let's see. There's a detail and then there's a card, I think. And then there's card, query selector. Yeah. Yeah, no, it works, it works. What that means probably though then is reference works. Problem is probably that, so this works, but then that means that this needs to be reinitialized as well. Okay, so now this fucking button doesn't work. For some reason now this reactive state is fucked. And that doesn't even fix it. Okay. Let's do something else. This thing here. What happens if we actually add the button after it's mounted, right? So we'll have the paper toggle. We'll have the paper here. We added that paper, and so we create this thing, and then we say van add paper, and then we add the paper toggle. And then we just copy this thing and we just do on click as usual. And then this paper inner state is actually it's going to be like this. so it's all static. And this also means that styles are hardly going to be reactive that way. So now, we're gonna find this state on this code. State, right? We're gonna have the toggle that's gonna set those things. And then we'll just add that fucker. Oh yeah, paper intersection. Okay. It works. And it doesn't work anymore. Oh wait, I know. It's probably... Okay, so then we're gonna set not an ID because that's gonna be hard. But oceloti reference or whatever, dude. Man, what am I doing? Am I doing React? The fuck is this? What is going on? Okay, so card drop, then we have this reference, and then what we'll do is we're gonna say paper, query selector, oceloti reference equals, oh, toggle. Console log this thing. Let's just see what happens. It's null. And then it's not null anymore. So we're just gonna say fuck you on mount and then mount again. Oh yeah, of course. Okay. Toggle wrap. Oh my god, this is not okay. Toggle wrap is no. Oh yeah, of course. This is very confusing. Okay, let's. This works. And then it doesn't work anymore. And then we create a fucking new toggle. I think it's like there's probably some way. Oh fuck. There's probably some way to like delete that state or something. I mean, at least it should be. Oh, it's not even doing that? Okay, well, what if I don't add it? Like, what if I just say return? Is it actually removing that? Bro, it's not. Why is it not? Okay, now I'm confused. Shouldn't this be removed? No. Okay, I'll move this outside just for testing. Like, now I know for sure that that's not going to be paper toggle paper. Bro, this should work regardless. Oh no, it actually no, because it's probably just running, but yeah. This is getting even hairier. I just want to understand. This is obviously not gonna be final code. I just really want to understand. You know, like, if my assumptions are correct. And they're not. Okay, I give up. Fuck this shit. It just seems to me that sure, whatever. Oh yeah, of course. But it's not even entering. Like, why, even though we are configuring this thing, when it's dropped, okay, maybe that's the only thing I was doing wrong. Oh wait, yeah. Card. Okay. Toggle. toggle. Holy shit, that works. Okay. 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 Do I need to do this though? I can probably also do this. Toggle. Right, and then let's comment this out. Then I wonder if this works. No. Are there two buttons? Yes, there are. Man, interactivity with static stuff and like jumping between those two things is fucking interesting. Oh shit. Oh, and it kept that state. Oh, well, that was interesting. By the way, content editable, paper content. Yeah, that reference probably doesn't work at all. Well, the only reason why I have that there is so that I could reference it, but now that's not really a great thing. So yeah, we're just gonna get that. Whatever, I don't give a shit. And then now that should work. Or not. Probably the card reference is the best here. Let's see. All that actually does work. But it looks like it's just not getting that state. So I'm just gonna hard code it right now real quick. I remove this plain text thing only? Okay, so it was more. It's probably that it's content editable equals plan. Jeje, saludos. Well, there you have it. Well, now we can drag this around, toggle the state, edit this fucker, learn how to type. Yay! And it only took us a fuck ton of time and understanding. Okay, so now let's analyze this and see how complicated this actually is. We have separate components of the setup. We mount it. Then we have initialization code here. Oh, wait. Okay, so let's say, you know, that this is empty. And then here we have this thing. Does this work? It needs content for that to be fucking... Okay, I'm stupid. Is there a way to give a div to set the height of a div to which has a fixed pixel height? If the div, if the child div has no content on children. Well, yeah, that doesn't work, you genius. Maybe it's because it's a mean height. No, still doesn't work. Well, actually no, because I don't have the... Nope. Are you sure that's gonna work? I don't think so. Oh, fuck, it does. How does that work? Nice, okay. Learning new things. Okay. Now let's remove this fucker. I don't like this outline. So, well, actually I'm gonna need a class. So, I actually don't need a class. What I'll need is this. And then inside, oceloti ref, and then content, I think it is. And then focus, it's going to have an outline, none. Oh, of course. Height of 100%. And I'm also going to start using those. This works. Yay. So how do we do this? This should extend. The problem so this height 0 works. But it doesn't work with fit content. The solution is honestly just to do this. Now it's just a little bigger. Now this min height is no longer necessary, because now it's defined by that other thing. So now this is always like that, right? And we can have a bunch of shit like that. Now, I just realized that. Oh, okay, no, that's fine. Yeah. End. Nice. And then I could also add a right click instead of having a toggle here. No, which is nice. Let's try to do that and see how easy that is. So when we initialize the state here, we're going to, let's say, window oceloti menu, and then we're going to set this to paper actions. And then, you know, it's just going to be a button like this one. Let's remove this. Handle toggle. Oh. Okay. Now we'll just create another button, and then we're gonna say void handle toggle. And the text content is going to be exactly the same. We'll see if that works. Let's see what happens. Ho ho ho. Ah. Holy fuck, it needs to. Do that as well. Oh my god. This is fun. Oh, no, that disappears because it's not on that context. Or what? I don't know what happened. Oh, it's because of the context menu. It's a context menu. You know, it's probably ignoring, right? Test. No, it's actually not, because there's, of course not, because we are showing a menu. Then that's probably happening because I don't know why. Oh, it's because I'm not following my own concept here. So holy shit. What's the thing that's gonna be right clicked? Well, the thing that's gonna be right clicked is the content. So this fucker. Now this fucker here, handle toggle. In reality, it's gonna be like add event listener. Mouse down. Then we do this. Then we do this. And then we do if, e that button equals well, this line of code here. And these also cannot live there. This needs to be turned into a function that says handle menu, right? And then that handle menu thing there is gonna leave function handle menu. Handle toggle. This is gonna require a card. Which I don't have. Damn, this is messy. Holy shit, yeah, this is complicated. That's why we have frameworks like Svelte, I guess. So yeah, we have this fucking thing here, and I'm essentially gonna I don't think I need to do this here though. Handle toggle, that requires a hard. Okay, so right now it's not gonna have it. Handle menu is not being used. Oh fuck. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Handle menu. Okay. Now, if we go all the way up there, mouse down, handle menu, and then we'll do this and the card, and the card is paper in this case, and this is for the initial setup. Then we have to repeat this whole fucking process. And we have to say, mouse down, take the event, and then we pass it to handle menu. And then we say card. Then click on the before declaration. Oh. Oh my god. In that case. Oh, we don't need that anymore. We don't need that reference there. And, you can also just do this. State is not defined. More stuff. Oh my god, no, this is just insane, bro. This is just getting insane. This is just not the right way of approaching things. I need to create a better mounting system. Like it's more complicated than what I'm doing. Things are gonna be mounted and then remounted. So there needs to be a simple way of saying look, this is how the state looks. I might actually not even this. I might need to not use van the way that I'm using it, or even just not at all for this context. I might just use it as syntax sugar for just defining a node. But the reactive stuff, look, it might work for some stuff like this. But for this specific case, I could try to make it work. But yeah, I just have to be very aware of the mountain cycles and the context that's shared across. I'm gonna take a break. I think I've added enough context on my head to know to kind of let it work in the background and then just come back. I'm going to do this. Oh yeah, this is not gonna work. Oh, I'm just gonna do those last corrections. I'm not trying to make it work, but just web developers that may watch this are probably going mad. Oh my god, yeah, I'm just gonna go back in time to the point where I was excited. makes sense. This behavior makes sense. Okay. Getting, let's see. Yeah. I mean, it's cool though. Alright, this is it. I don't know if I'm gonna work against it like right away after my break. I think I'm just gonna have a few things to do today, so. Oh, alright, goodbye.